APTA National Champions.
Best match of the year.
Brilliant shot.
Incredible stuff. And it's sitting up and he's right there. Hello and welcome to the APTA Tour. We are live from the Glenview Club in Gulf, Illinois, bringing you the 2023 APTA Chicago Nationals, which is the 13th and last stop on the 2022-23 APTA Tour, presented by Remedy Plus and sponsored by the APTA membership, the APTA National sponsors Paddle Pro Infusion, and local sponsors Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, Wind Trust, and Viking. I'm Brad Easterbrook alongside Mirta Molenveld, bringing you the much anticipated women's semifinal round match between our number 1 seeds of Hanush and Zabori and the number 3 seeds of Kiro and Medeiros. And Mirta, welcome to the booth. This is going to be an exciting match.
I agree. I think everybody's been waiting for this matchup, and a lot of unknowns are going to happen today.
A lot of unknowns will happen. I agree. Why don't we do a quick introduction of the players on the court?
So on the far side, on the ad side, we've got Anna Zabori. On the do side, we've got Flora Hanisch. And on this side of the court, we've got Lynn Kiro on the do side with the blue jacket. And on the ad side with the red pants, we got Maisie Medeiros.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look at the draw and see how the players got here. You know, both teams pretty efficient. Hanush Zabori had a little tight first set against Halbauer and Jackson. She's pretty fresh off the tour from what I understand. And so they had a tight match there. And Kiro Medeiros, you know, threw pretty solidly. You know, although they, you know, tough matchup early on and then 6-2, 6-4. So this is highly anticipated, mostly because the last 2 matches, they've beaten Hanush Zabori 2 matches in a row, and Hanush Zabori haven't lost a match in basically 2 years.
I think that Hanush and Zabori always like the tough matches when it matters. So even though they've lost the last 2, I think they're ready to battle. And knowing Flora and Anna, they probably strategized a lot over the last few weeks, and they've been wanting to replay this match. So should be very good.
Yeah, it's an exciting one. You know, the first matchup in Short Hills, both matches were straight sets for Kiro Medeiros. And Kiro Medeiros, you know, athletically might be the most athletic team almost in the country. You know, size, strength, movement, you know, but Hanush and Zabori have been the undisputed kings of platform tennis, you know, for the last couple of years. And it's really kind of like you said, they're anticipating this match, and it's time for them to sort of get back out in the ring here. Now, some of the things that are interesting about it, now you've played all these players, but I don't know if you played against Lynn Kiro yet.
I actually played with Annika Cooper last year in the round of 16s against Lynn, and I remember it was a big battle. I think it was a 3rd set win for us. But then after that, this year she's improved every tournament and in every match. So I haven't played against her this year.
Well, sadly for us, you haven't played at all this year. But and Lynn Kiro, you're right. She's probably one of the most improved players on the tour from the start of the season to the end. Mm-hmm. You know, it started in the beginning. She was having trouble tracking down the hard overheads on the rollers, something everybody has to learn. She's got a huge serve and a huge forehand. She actually hits a big kick serve, puts a lot of spin on it, huge forehand. And in some ways, there are some people I've talked to who are thinking, and Mark Fischel specifically, he was thinking that almost they're giving Kiro Medeiros too much respect. You know, that they actually just have to go out there and take it to them and play the game they want to play. Now, Kiro Medeiros are going to be constant with the blitzing, right? They're looking to attack. Kiro's hits a huge forehand. Not so much on the backhand side. She's always ready to mix it up moving forward. So this is going to be a good one.
You know, I watched the match in Boston with Lynn from the live stream, and I think since that match, she's improved so much. Just the anticipation of the ball and her screens and moving the lob around a lot more. And but I think that Flora and Anna are going to play their game to start, and then they'll adjust and they'll have a plan B if they have to.
Yeah, the big things, you know, to look for, and you're right. I think, you know, Kiro went from surviving some of the screens to starting to control the screens and control the action and get the shot she wants. Blitzing is a huge part of their game. Now, Hannes-Zabori volley very well, and the ability to sort of deal with that part of it. Are Kiro Medeiros going to get a points with the blitz, or can Hannes-Zabori shut that down? And whether they stay back and have to stay back a little, or whether they work in some different I formations and cutoffs, I think will play a big factor in this game down the road.
You know, and Flora herself likes to blitz and do all of that as well. So I think it's curious to see how Flora is going to respond and keep the pressure on them just as much as they are going to keep the pressure on them.
All right, we got a quick little view here of the Boston Rams against Granjaro Lalich. So Boston Rams took the first set there, and then it's been really tight in that second set. Granjaro Lalich being able to make a couple of adjustments in their strategy to sort of blunt the offense of Boston Rams. That's a team with a lot of firepower. All right, so we're going to be out of here. We should mention our umpire up in the chair, Rob Laboon, seasoned umpire, a legend from the Wisconsin area. So he'll be calling the match today. And, you know, you do the introduction of the players. You know, normally you go, you know, in the blue visor, in the blue pants. But you can't really do it with Hannes-Zabori because they're always in the exact same outfit, you know, and which is great. And it goes to their team solidarity as part of their team almost focus. You know, they're together on the strategy. They're together. They're in complete. And they show that from the get-go as a team. And that's one of the things that's made them, you know, basically two-time national champions here the last couple of years. All right, umpire, last couple of directives there, and we have Hannes-Zabori to start the match. So there's a serve and stay back right off the bat.
Not giving her the target on the first ball.
Big serve from Zabori, firing it in there. Oh, that's just beautiful placement there from Medeiros. Now that's been a big sort of improvement for Medeiros too. She spots the forehand. It's not a primary weapon. She likes her backhand more, but she, as that forehand heats up, makes a difference, and she can off pace it, roll it in there. All right, 15-30. I don't think Medeiros was quite ready to receive yet, so Zabori holds up her service motion. That's a heck of a volley and a great track down by Linkiro. All right, so good start there for Kiro Medeiros. You know, it's interesting too with Medeiros serving with the complete soft little underhand low push and Kiro hitting the basic fireball in there. It's a complete opposite type of return you have to get ready for.
They have to constantly make little adjustments on the contact point and how they're going to strike it. Hard to get a rhythm. Smart play at floor.
Spotted ball, trying to go make your reach wide on it. It's a little low. Not a lot of room, so she's got to probably put a little more spin on that.
Not looking to switch back right now in this point.
No, not at all. That's wide. Good leave. Got it to turn around. The hard overhead spun her a little bit. Nice fist pump there from Sabori. A beautifully spotted drive. Now Zabori has the ability, she didn't hit that drive hard, but she has the ability to put a lot of pace on it with a quick and similar swing. So she snuck that one through there, and you expect a hard one, but she just kind of rolled it in there. It was a great shot. Forced the error from Medeiros. Really staying steady here, playing no error paddle and looking for the right ball to drive. They haven't found it yet, and oftentimes this is kind of paddle 101. And it's that fine line, because oftentimes Zabori likes to pull the trigger at some point before this. And she's playing very disciplined right now. Hanish always plays very disciplined.
They all know the importance of the first couple of games, and I think they're all trying to make a lot of balls to get their rhythm. And
there we go. And there's a break of serve, and they won that just through patience. It wasn't a big shot. It was just a soft chip drive, and Medeiros just tries to do a little more with it, overcooks it a little. What was interesting about that point to me was, just consistent lobs, but Medeiros and Kiro never tried to speed it up. They dumped it, right? And those guys just kept lobbing and waiting for the right ball, but we didn't see any hard rollers. We're going to see if that comes out there to make that play become more transitional, faster. Oh, good seamer, a good get there from Medeiros. There's the hard overhead.
she handled it very nicely.
Oh, she saw Kiro move over a little. I think at the last second she wanted to flip it behind her, and she just sort of overcooked it with a racket face. Popped it out.
Little movement, and it seems open.
Dinal. Look at her chase, and great placement. That's exactly what they're looking for there. She goes up there. She could have kept running, let it drop, and popped it up. She went for the drive, but nothing on that one. So perfectly volleyed behind her. They pull her out of position with the hard overhead. Such an effective shot. Carol's going to have to anticipate that. And we'll expect to see a little bit more of that. It's not sort of their number one play, Hanish Zabori hitting the hard overhead.
I think they hit that hard overhead, and Flora doesn't mind sometimes even getting out of there if she has to, and just transitioning back.
Well, they're clearly going after it. And that is pulling Kiro, and she'll hit the continental drive on the high ball. There she goes again. That's multiple hard overheads followed by the waterfall, which is a good combo.
That's the risk when it sits out a little bit too much, and then Lynn moves forward, and not a lot of time for Flora to react to that ball.
And the risk is doing it too much, right? Where she's starting to really anticipate it there. There was just a diet of all hard overheads and one waterfall in between. They're going to need to pick it out at the right time. I do think it's a totally viable play for them, but I'm not sure it should be 6 of 7, right? Overheads being the hard one, because that last one, it's like Kiro knew where it was. She was already up in the court. She's got to be a little further back, and then when you get her up, you volley slow behind. If she's already up a little there, she gets the easy drive and puts it away.
She's moving before they even hit it at that moment in time.
Yeah. And, it's unfortunate, just a couple of faults there from Hana. She's normally a very reliable server. She's right there.
She almost saw it too early. It looks like it.
Yeah, she mistimed it. You wouldn't think that's a extremely difficult volley. You know, it was just that soft off-pace one. And sometimes if you're just a little off on it, problem is it doesn't have a lot of energy to come off your paddle, so you have to catch it right in the center. Just missed it. That's great spotted drive. That's vintage Zabori.
It's easy to reach for that ball and volley it, but they just let it go and made a nice transition backwards.
Yeah, and I think you make a great point, Mirta, because in general you don't want to reach for the volley that often if you don't have to. It's how the errors come. So oftentimes transitioning back on a hard drive like that is the better play. If you can't get your body behind it. Oh! Oh, seam, great dig. That's just great play there.
Great
Transition back. Get the transition drive again, and she tried to half volley it, but it was no easy shot. She could have had it off the back screen there, and there's our first hold. 3-1 now for Kira Medeiros. Yeah, it's actually really funny. We got both live streams going on here, and we have Florentina Hanisch here playing her semifinal match, and right next door on our other live stream corner is her husband Martin Bostrom trying to close out and get a spot in the quarterfinal in the men's. And somebody must be watching their daughter Sophia. I think she's, you know, not really old enough to take care of herself, so we'll assume that they've done a good parenting job. But it's great to see. And of course they are, I don't know how many husband-wives they've won, but 3 or 4 and a couple of mixed nationals as a team. They're just, you know, both phenomenal and talented athletes.
I believe you. Sophia is at home with the babysitter this weekend, and so that Flora and Martin can really focus on the paddle and spend the weekend out here without having to worry.
That's good. So I don't have to call family services.
Not yet.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, they're battling here, and still a tentative match right now. You know, feeling each other out. That's just a great return. Kiro's forehand is becoming sort of a feared weapon out there, and you give her the serve that goes up to down, it's tough. You're almost better off sometimes on the softer serve, the lower serve with her. She's got a heavy Western grip. And she really does put some serious action on the ball heat. That's a great lob. There's the thunder forehand, speaking of heat, from Zabori.
Slowed down the overheads a little bit towards Lynn for sure.
It's the hard overhead. She's gotten so much better at reading that, and she doesn't overplay it. Just hits a little punch drive there, but under control, and lands it right on the line. It's kind of an awkward ball to volley. It was kind of high.
Good lead.
Oh, well over her shoulder. Pounding away at Medeiros' corner there. The high backhand's what she's looking for, Medeiros. She loves that. Haven't seen any blitzing yet so far.
I don't know that the lobs have been quite deep enough for Ford to look for that blitz that she likes, or has got enough balls on her side to make that play happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's something they're even looking for right now. But certainly you're right. The lobs have got to get better to make it even a possibility. That's a good ball. Make her move. If you have to get beat, I always want to have to be Zabori's backhand versus her forehand. So hard to the screen in there is not a bad move once in a while.
It's a safer shot than going to her forehand.
Anything is safer than going to her forehand for the most part. It's the same thing here if they're hitting Akiro. You know, you got to be careful going into that forehand side. Long middle. And they had a clashing of paddles there. A little confusion. Good work. Hard into the Medeiros corner, then lets the ball drop long and deep. And both Kiro and Medeiros tried to play that ball. So back to deuce here. Ah, it's great. It was Zabori was telling her to let it go, but it lands right on the line. Terrific lob from Medeiros. Oh, I mean, she hits a little chip drive at her to draw her back in. She gets punished by the let cord. So another break point here for a 4-1 lead for Ace Medeiros, and there's the fault, and 4-1.
Game 0-0. They lead 4-1, first set.
Not sure I identify a specific strategy yet or anything. Do you see anything yet?
It looks like Medeiros and Kira are definitely trying to play Anna a little bit more, and when they're not sure where to go, they keep going to forced backhands when they're at the nets. But seen
I
a
actually
couple
mean more for even, Hana Sabori.
They seem to
qualified.
have changed their strategy a little bit. Started off going hard to Kiro, and
I think they're searching to try and find what it's going to be.
might just be looking for where they feel the other team is making mistakes, and maybe Lynn's forehand is on a little bit more today. And
Oh, that's too good right there. Beautiful shot. Perfect spot.
now all the games have been close so far, so 1 or 2 points the other way, and the score goes 4-1 Hannes and Sabori. So
That's a good stretch. Kuro's beautifully played combination there from Zabori.
there she was, but
Yep, she saw her blitz. Ball got down at her feet, and she was, I'm not sure, but she was waving it off like I should have let it go. But great response there on the deep lob, able to get it down at Hanish's feet, recognizing the blitz. Heavy roller at the crease. That's just a great shot. Right in there, perfectly executed, and the exact right ball to do it on.
I would say Kira and Medeiros haven't really missed any shots on the back or at the net that they, very few errors on their side so far.
Yeah, they're playing solid. There we go. I mean, those are good drives from Hanish and Zabori. They're just great volleys.
Kira is very quiet at the net, making those volleys.
Yeah, she likes to volley, and she's got, length. Her reach is a little less than somebody else's, right? She can cover it, by using her body length and getting behind the ball. Makes a difference. There have been 3 or 4 times where I think Sabori might have gotten points off a different type of player. Big ball through the middle. And that is the safe spot that they're hitting to right now. They're not going to win the point with any of these, but it's like a bunch of body punches. They're pushing it long into the middle. See, Kiro's always looking for the forehand drive. And while Medeiros will hit the forehand, it's not the perfect shot that she wants to hit. So they work that middle until they get a ball they can do a little more with. There's a big hit.
And is sneaking over a little bit more.
Yeah, Kira was looking for a ball that she could get. She wasn't really involved in that point. They did a great job just plugging it long, deep to the middle. Can't say they forced the error, but just the fact that they're going to keep playing it, eventually somebody's going to crack. That time it's Medeiros. She closes that. Yeah, she closes the net off. She's not allowing the ball, you know, to be a reach. She sees the drive and cuts it off. Another good volley. Nicely played from Hanish. Saw that hard roller even before Kiro hit it. And players at this level are always watching. So she could see Kiro turn her grip over to the semi-western, which means she's going to hit a roller.
Just took a step inside the court. And
That's going at the crease. Good dig. Drop shot. Nope. She was going to play the drop there.
good volley.
That's just tough deep in the court for Zabori there. She's behind the baseline. And just a good point. And what Kiro Medeiros are doing so well, I think, Mirta, is they're taking their best shots and just volleying them right back. You know, so it's taking them 5-6 drives, whereas before they might have to just hit 1 or 2 of those shots. And there, that was a tough one.
The volleys have been so quiet, so deep.
I mean, just so solid. And they're doing a great job of anticipating and closing in and cutting off the volleys when the drives are coming. So really masterful so far for Kiro Medeiros at this part of the game. Just on our live streaming, Martin Bostrom, Florentina Hanish's husband, on to the quarterfinals. Kudos to him. And on that other live stream channel, there will be the other women's semifinal about to go on momentarily.
You're Sabori and Hanish right now, Brad. What would you be doing?
You know, at this point, they have to set up their points. They can't just hit a shot, meaning it's going to take like a 3-ball combination. Like, you're going to lob her deep, drive to bring her in, but then step up, take an early lob. You know, they have to kind of work with time and space because they're just having a hard time finding a way to win points. In fact, how many points have they won on their paddle? Maybe 1 or 2. Most of the points they've gotten have been actually just errors from Kiro and Medeiros. You know, so they're going to have to find a way to win points, or they're just going to have to say that, you know what, this is a dogfight. We're not going to lose a point, and, you know, that's it. So they have kind of those 2 options, but the problem that Kiro Medeiros are putting out there is they're used to winning points by now with the drives they've already hit, but they're not getting them. So it's going to require like an early move, like a block lob on the rise, something else, or you have to just dial it back and say, I'm going to lob higher, deeper, and make this a mental battle, which it already is. But look at this point. We're going 70, 80 balls, and that's what they're doing here. Pushing them back, moving them in. Consistent. Great blitz. Just the answers right now for Kiro Medeiros. They made him work there, though.
I like the different look Floor Hanish just gave on the court.
You mean the dip in blitz?
Yes.
I like it, too. I think their plays have to be almost like perfectly designed. I think it's a great play for Hanish blitz, but which way was she moving first before she made the blitz? She was moving a little left and then trying to blitz forward. I think if she's going to take the blitz, she's got to be already forward or moving to her right. Do you understand what I mean? Because it's just that split-second difference where the ball was a little lower if she had done it the other way. And so it's not a bad move at all. I just think Kiro Medeiros are doing such a good job at cutting off the balls at the net that they have to almost be at a higher level with the play they're going to make. So 5-1 now for Kiro Medeiros. Just unloads on 2 forehands. Tanash going for a big serve there. Pinal. I love watching the players tell their partner where to serve. She's giving her the pinky down. All right, so a fun treat for us after this set 2. We got great interview coming between sets from Patty Hogan. So tune in for that after the set. That's a great shot. She's got to see that ball heading right at the neck there. Didn't quite read it, and all of a sudden it's back in her face. Now what I love about Hana Zabor, they're down 5-1. They have no answers right now, but she's still going with positive body language. She's always hopping. Always tough mentally. Always. Hana. That's a great shot. She surprisingly went to the forehand volley there and got her. Kiro got her to flip the paddle.
That's the first set point right now.
Yep, set point now for Medeiros. That was wide. Yep. It's one of the few errors that we've seen. You know, that's the points right now that Hanash and Zabori are winning, so they got to capitalize a little. Big forehand, nice transition drive.
It's incredible to look at for Hanash and not, you don't know that she's down 5-1 or that they're down 5-1 based on her body language.
It's just great play, and it's such a quick strike to the blitz. All right, set point number 2. But you're right, her body language is always spot on. She's a great partner. She's always positive, always in the moment. You know, so far, that's been the best strategy that they've used. Long to the middle, soft. Long to the middle, soft. Long to the middle, soft. About a diet of 10 to 15. And then when they finally get something to put an attack in, play it. When they've controlled the tempo, when the tempo's gone up, I think the advantage goes to Kiro Medeiros.
Right. They're fast. But they're forcing them to do a little bit more. And
Oh,
that was coming.
It was coming for sure. And she had to move a long way to her left to do that, which is half the reason she's ripping. She got a high forehand and she just unloaded. And I love the commitment. I love the commitment and the fact that she actually hit it hard, you know. So it's no fear in that stuff. And I think Kiro really doesn't have any fear. I think that's one of the things. She's a tough competitor out there. And she's worked hard. I mean, from the beginning of the year, it was a team that people were going to watch to a team that's right here in the national conversation, you know, of one of the teams that can win this thing here in the semifinals.
Sabori came in for a quick look there.
That's wide. All right, here it comes, number 3. Love how they're battling. So on our other live streaming channel now, the other semifinal, women's semifinal, they're starting to warm up. Number 2 seeds, Nika Nicolescu, and there's game and first set for Kira Medeiros, 6-1. So just a flawless set for those guys. And we'll be back in a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by eNet Live. And stay tuned for an interview from Patty Hogan. So back momentarily for more action.
Hey, Brad, how much time do they need in between sets? Give me a thumbs, thank you. We have a couple minutes for you to defend the spread. All right.
Hogan here, and I am welcoming Tom Kurz, who is a new member of the paddle community as the managing member of Remedy Plus, and we are just amazed with the generous support, your sponsorship coming on to the tour this year in support of our 13 events here on the APTA Tour with Remedy Plus. And Tom, how have you enjoyed being a part of the paddle tour this year?
Well, first off, Patty, let me just say how much I love being part of this tour, being able to contribute to all the amazing
start with a brand new ball. You're welcome to warm up with that. That's
the
fine.
APTA board and everybody working together with the APTA to make this tour possible. This is possible. This is fantastic work.
Oh, well, we are thrilled for your support and enthusiasm, and it's fun to see you at these events. And I love it when the sponsors are so passionate about the sport as much as everyone who's involved with the sport. And, I mean, your products play a key role in our sport. And explain to us the benefits of using Remedy Plus products.
Yeah, so I think I'm careful to sit there and make claims about benefits, right, around the products. But what I can tell you, is that we designed the products basically to help people achieve optimal performance, right? And we think about sort of the trend in people looking to work with, consume, partake in products that are natural, that are natural and can have a positive impact on their body and how they perform. That goes into everything, into all of our thinking. So it's the idea: can we optimize performance? Can we help you, be a better version of yourself? And can we help you recover right after active games? And we all know what the toll that paddle takes on the body, right?
Sure.
There's a mental toll, right? There's a physical toll, and so we think about what are things that we can do to help you play a better game and then recover from the game.
Yeah, your products do a lot to promoting quick recovery, and as an aging athlete in this sport, I know the benefits of being able to draw on a product that I trust the integrity of the product that I'm putting into my body, and I have, faith that your products are going to be the difference, could be the difference to let me continuing to play the great sport of platform tennis much longer.
And one other thing I would ask, it's not just for people that are getting on in age, right? Anybody that can use a natural boost in energy will benefit. Anybody that wants to eat a tasty protein bar will benefit, right?
Right.
And there are plenty of young people that use mineral ice and icy hot and what have you. And if we offer a rub that you can use that isn't a skin irritant and can be more effective with pain. So.
Oh no, it's great, and it's part of the paddle community to have a company like yours involved with our product, the sport of platform tennis, paired up with your partner. I think it's the perfect teamwork, and I love that you're a part of this, and I'm thrilled that you're loving the Chicago Nationals and the paddle experience, and we can't thank you enough for being such an important partner and supplier to the platform tennis community. Well, thank you so much, Tom.
Patty, thank you very much for having us.
Well, thanks, and we'll see you around the tournament. Cheers. Okay, thank you.
Bye.
It's the all.
All right, so thank you to Tom and Patty for that great interview, one of our great sponsors, Remedy Plus. And we're back to the action here. And Kira Medeiros just played a pretty flawless match. She tags her there. That's a good shot. She unloads on the forehand. And that's one of the big things and big difference makers. Kira Medeiros were just up there making every single volley. It's hard to get them to reach. And it was hard for Hanish and Zabori in that first set to find basically points on the shots they were making, where they were hitting it and forcing them into an error. So they really have two choices here. I think, Mirta, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. She goes hard at her once. The second time they get out of the way. They have two choices. Play and just don't lose a single point the rest of the game. And hopefully it brings Kira Medeiros sort of down to a different sort of level. So, just and make it a mental battle. And right now they've certainly been up to the task because they tried that once or twice. But do it every single point. It becomes like a Nova Crane drip strategy. Or they got to find a way to combine shots in a way that give them some points on their own paddles. Quick lob up down the line, block lob. And either way, I think they're going to have to lob higher and deeper and better.
I think at this moment they have to stay very patient and then start picking the right drives and to avoid losing as many quick points as possible.
And strangely enough, for Kira Medeiros, there's a danger for them here too, meaning they played a very good set. Pretty error-free. They brought their shots when they wanted to. They got to keep that same type of intensity. Don't change what they were doing. Bring the game to them.
It's hard to keep that level and to make that many volleys in a row. It's not easy to do.
Not at all. They played a great set, Kira Medeiros. And that's the thing you also have to keep in mind when you're Hanish and Zabori. And they're battlers, and I think they do know that. Long, deep. Long, deep.
Well net.
You notice they're not playing any down-up overheads. See, there's the point where she had the option to close or the option to bail. She makes a choice to go back there. It's not a bad play.
They're not looking to switch back again, which I would have assumed with.
Now, this is a good look for them too, though, I think, Mirta. You got the Kiro forehand. The middle is now a dangerous place for the other team. I think they can play it either way. Yeah, she's going harder these drives now, Zabori, but that's a lower than the net ball. If she doesn't tag her, it's not easy to put that ball in play. And what I mean there, the combination is big drive. She gets a soft one. That should be maybe a quick block lob up down the line. That pushes her up and forces her to hit a down-up overhead. I think the combinations have to be another setup ball.
It's a great overhead, good pickup by Macy.
Yep, Medeiros. I mean, these are just four great athletes out on the court. Went for the block there, could have played it off the screen. Just catches the top of the net.
Great spot on that drive.
Yeah, just down up drives. Big forehand there from Kiro. A guest appearance by the bump.
Game 0-0. They lead 2 games to love.
Good pace there from Zabori.
I think it's an important game for Hannes and Sabori to hang in this match and hold on to the score. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, put a little scoreboard pressure on him, not get too far behind. Wow, that's just a great dig from Kiro. Oh, that's just a great volley. I mean, that drive from Zabori, that wins her points most of the time, and that's what Kiro Medeiros have been able to do. Take their best shots and then put them right back. I love it. The hard one tracked down.
Wow.
She didn't even have sight of that ball to the end. She ran to where she thought it was going, and she did just a fantastic job getting it. I think that was a good hard overhead and some great athleticism tracking that down. She literally had no sight of that the whole way until the end. She ran to the exact right spot. That was an impressive shot. Serve was along. There, they finally get her to reach and make an error. That's big. All right, so 15-40. And there's a game, and they finally force some errors out of Kiro Medeiros there. Great job from Hannes Zabori. See if they can build on that. Well, we just had a great interview with Remedy, and we'll talk about our sponsor some more in the 2022 23 APTA Tour is brought to you by Remedy Plus. So raise your paddle game to a whole new level with clean, natural, great tasting protein bars and energy shots by Remedy Plus. High performance, never tasted this good.
That's the first shot that Sabori hit behind the back just now.
You know what? I think it's great because if she can get looser and start flowing, it's like her magic skill. You know, she's so talented. All right, so with scoreboards up there, Kiro Medeiros won the first set 6-1, and it's 2-1 now for Kiro Medeiros in that second set. Great break of serve last game from Hannes Zabori. Now that was a beautiful combination and a great play from Zabori. He took pace off the other drive
Snuck it by them.
and snuck it by and then came in and hit a beautiful overhead there. If they can get some energy out here, they can change how this match is going. Right on the line. Wow.
Not a great volley.
Yeah, they volleyed so well, but Hannes Zabori are starting to find a couple of points here and there, right? Forcing a couple of errors. They got to keep it going. Hannes has struggled from time to time with the serve. There's, a couple of faults in the first set. The margins for errors are getting smaller and smaller here as we get on in this match.
It's a credit to Kiro and Medeiros for returning well, and Floor feels the pressure to put in a good serve, and only working with 2 or 3 boards is not easy.
And these guys are they felt some pressure before. It's a different level of pressure I think they're feeling right now. And a lot of it's due to Kiro Medeiros, just, with the returns. And just like, that's a great drive. These are great spots. And Kiro's there. That's a good lob coming to blitz.
Floor's there.
Good trail from Hannes. Oh, gets
That's
the
a
blitz.
good move.
It was a great combination of balls there. Well done. That's all it takes.
Sabora let that ball go and knew Floor was behind her and went from there.
Yeah, it's a great play. That's a good transition look from Hannes. Just didn't execute, but a good play. Break point here.
That's right.
Call there from Medeiros. Working pretty well with the spins.
Is he starting to lob down the line a little bit more again?
Good unload there from Medeiros. That's just a great play. Really athletic move. And Zabori had the option to try to redirect, but she went for the winning volley behind her. Couldn't execute, and right back at it. So it's 3-1 now for Kiro Medeiros.
I think when the court looks open, it's hard to not go for it.
So far, Kiro Medeiros with all the answers. I
What a
mean,
pickup.
those two pickups from Kiro were ridiculous. I don't think Zabori was. I think she was shocked to have to get one of them back, and
And
she had to
then
make
two.
a third shot. And that's really been the match in a nutshell. You know, they've been able to just make those types of volleys, and they've volleyed so well no matter what shots have been put up.
There's been so few free points by Medeiros and Kiro.
That's a huge ball there. That was just a great down drive. She's going to keep swinging. Oh, low toss there. Didn't put the toss in the right spot. Maybe this is what you're looking for if you're Hana Sabori. Is there a crack in the armor? I mean, Kiro Medeiros have just been really solid. So good, right? Once there's a crack, you got to capitalize now.
And we can make it 2 in a row.
That's a good side back, making her move. See, that I love. Instead of taking the drive there, she holds it, pushes up an early shot, and then gets the transition ball back. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to take multiple shots to force, you know, some sort of transition. But they haven't even won the point yet, but that's what it's going to take. And makes her go to the forehand volley. Didn't look like Zabori got set there in the backhand volley position over to the middle of the court.
I don't think she was quite expecting the drive to come.
Yeah, you're right. Wouldn't it be nice if your opponent said, you know, I'm driving. Drive's
Before they
coming.
hit it.
I would feel like it's courtesy, right?
It should be.
It should be courtesy, right?
That's what they do in Michigan.
They do. They're very courteous in Michigan. I'm lobbing now. I'll be driving this ball. I'm blitzing. Look out.
Coming.
You guys are well mannered out there in Birmingham. All right, I think it's another big game, and I think you're right. I think it's important for these guys to stay close. See, that's got to be a quick lob, right?
Right
It's just
in
so
there.
close to the net. That's going to go. Oh, just so well done. And I think,
Perfectly placed.
do you think Hanish was waiting to see if it was going to cross the line and maybe she could have gotten the point on that? Because it looked like she might have had a play on it, but then she stopped at the end and it did not cross the line. So it's game point here for 4-1 for Kiro Medeiros. You got to remember the rule that if you smash the ball hard off the back wire and it comes to the other side of the court at all, you actually lose the point. I think that might have been what Hanish was looking for there, but either way, great play from Kiro and Medeiros.
Great lob.
Great lob down the line. All right, kind of a little quick on the trigger there, and now we got a moment here. Break point here for Zabori. Crushed the last return. Yeah, getting pumped up here.
Big smiles.
That's just a huge moment and a huge return from Ana Zabori. So 3-2 now for Kira Medeiros.
Fusion, a proud partner to the APTA. Fusion curates what's next in branded gear and apparel for your company, your team, or your event. With a team of dedicated industry experts, Fusion curates high-end product selections for customization with your club logo, team name, or corporate identity. We create a stress-free shopping experience with custom online stores and quick custom ordering to get the gear you need now without any hassle. Visit www.gearbyfusion.com and let Fusion provide you with gear to fuel your brand.
All right, so it's love 15 here. Fault there from Zabori. Oh, good move. She stayed up, gets the high ball. Everybody thinks that's the simplest thing in the world to make, but it's the shot that gets missed the most because you're still moving in. You have to hit a great shot. Still a good look, though, from Hanish.
Keeping the pressure.
15-30. Yeah, and this is a big moment, too, because here's where they got to ramp up. Play error-free paddle, Hanish Zabori. They want to put the pressure on Kiro Medeiros. Can't give them anything. Make them think it's going to be hard for them to win a point, that they got to win everything they're doing out here.
It's playing to win versus playing not to lose.
Nice play there. Good spin. I feel like the players are recognizing the importance of what's going on now. Play is starting to tighten up. Waiting for the right ball they want to hit. Forehands there from Medeiros. Oh, and then she pushes the lob long. And this is exactly what Hanish Zabori need here. 30 all now. Just a fault, a couple of faults. 30-40. Oh, it's a good-looking strike, but here we are.
It almost looks
Deuce.
like she didn't want to overhit it because there was a big opening.
She didn't take a full commitment to that. I'm not sure if she was a dipper, but I kind of agree with it. She didn't. She sort of decelerated. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Kiro decelerate. She does, you know, take full rips. Look at these transition balls. Oh, that is just really good play. Awesome talent and athleticism there from Zabori. She's shouting it out now, showing some fire. That's a good cover on the Nick. Hard overhead to Kiro. Yeah, this is a crucial moment. If they get this thing to 3-all, it's a different match now.
It's a different pressure.
Absolutely. I mean, it was 6-1, 3-1, very little pressure. They were playing loose and easy. Now there's some scoreboard pressure, and the champs are starting to make a run at it, but they got to get this thing even, I think.
It's the importance of every shot, every point.
Yeah, they're struggling controlling their lobs right now, Kiro Medeiros. They're surviving in this point, but they're not controlling any piece of it. But they are still in it. Sometimes that's good enough. There's a good lob. Oh, it's out! Confirmed by the umpire.
Just where they want to be right now. At 3-all.
Well, that's a different pressure right there. And they went into the zone where they didn't. It was a fantastic transition point played before by Zabori, but they're starting to get the errors and a few errors out of Kiro Medeiros, and just beautifully done. Now we got some scoreboard pressure. The champs are creeping up back on you. Totally different, you know, level in the match right now. Ball dipping there on the backhand side. Not sure I recommend that one. Love the positive energy after.
That's something they have to be careful with, is those quick points back to back, and they want to hang in this set and get ahead in the set.
I think for the most part, the points they've won have not been the quick points.
Correct.
The quick points are definitely going in the favor of Medeiro and Quiros. Now, they got to take strikes at their return, so I have no problem with, you know, Zabori going for that, but that's the way they're going. Oh, there's a great let cord there. The way they're going to get into this thing is not through more quick points, but constant discipline, playing the right point. And there's a great let cord, good fortune. Zabori, good move there from Hanish. That's their play. Zabori gets that ball. Hanish puts in the blitz. All right. 40-15.
I saw the ball on the line. I really think I saw it on the line.
All right, so 4-3 now. Kira Medeiros responded really well. Benefited from a couple errors there, but responded really well to that last game that was so tight. You know, this match went from, you know, Hanish and Zabori having 1 point down to be down 4-1 to tying it up at 3-all, and now it's every point matters. I think the players out there know it. And after this match, we'll be going into men's quarterfinal action. 4:30 p.m. and then we have women's finals after that. So it's just one to the next. New ball there. Hanish taking a practice serve. Will she take another? Because she hit that one long. Yeah, you usually want to hit your practice serve in and then get started, right? And
Or you can think I got that one out of the way.
Yep. And here's been the service has been a little bit of an issue for Hanish Zabori. They have faulted a few times.
It's good pressure by Medeiros following it up.
Yeah, they did a good job keeping the ball just low enough where Medeiros couldn't stick that volley. That's long. All right, question there by Zabori on Hanish, but confirmed by the umpire, love 15. Yeah, that's a great lob. A little confusion there from Hanish Zabori. 30. Yeah, she's a little. That right now is about as much emotion on the negative side you'll ever see from Hanish. She's a little upset about that miss. And, you know, that's what's great. Love watching her compete all the time. And they go back, have a couple of positive words, right back at it. So tough mentally. And all credit to Kira Medeiros, who just not giving him an easy time here. And now it's triple break point for 5-3. Great hands. And that's just a great dipping forehand. And it's serving out the match now will be Lynn Kiro. So in terms of pressure points, this has got to be the highest pressure you ever got, semifinals and nationals. Now they've won the last two tournaments they've played, Kiro Medeiros. So they're no stranger to it. But here we go. The champs and last year's champs on the ropes. Now here's where I expect Hanish Zabori to really dial it in to a consistent level, but maybe not. She's going all the way over there. They might try to hit their way out of this.
If not now, then when?
Kirill stays back. Nice transition in. Now, Kirill Medeiros had multiple match points, I think, in short hills, but they actually weren't able to close that out. And I wonder if that's going to weigh on them at all. But that was against Anika Nicolescu, and that's just great overhead. Love 15. Hardest thing is to close out the match.
There's a lot of pressure on each and every point they're playing right now, and
15 all.
All right, so a little confusion. There's going to be a window. There it is. Well done there from Zabori, stuffing that drive through it.
wow.
There's some great guts. And right up though, it's Kiro read that perfectly. She started running right away. She could see her dropping the paddle underneath the ball. Got up, she flips it up, kind of, and Hanish is like kind of a quick one right up at her. She just couldn't come up with the reflex. Nice get.
30-15, right?
35. All right, double match point for Kiro Medeiros.
40, 15.
That's long, right? Called long?
Yep.
Confirmed by the umpire. It looked long to me.
30.
Good off-pace drives. And that's just perfectly played. They didn't close off and attack those volleys. And she gets them to pop it up, and then just beautiful pace behind.
Fearless.
Wow. 2 match points up. They had multiple match points in short hills. This is great stuff. Pressure moments.
That's a great spot on the drive by Hanish. Right in between them.
Advantage, Mr. Bori.
Oh! Back to deuce. She took the strike. It's her ball. Just didn't execute. Kiro served a great game. I think she's faulted only one time, maybe, just in this game. A tough serve. There's a lot of pressure on with it. Good high deep lob there from Hanish. See, that lob I loved because she took it early and blocked it up. And that's just a
There you
perfect
go.
combo. And it starts with the good lobs to get them out of position. And now we're at break point number 2.
That's it. It's Sabori.
Look at that. I love it. Look at the fight on the other side from Honda Sabori. Fist pumps.
You have no idea that they're down or up or anything like that. They're playing to win.
That's tough. And there it is.
A great return.
2 match points saved. And they get the break.
5 games to 4. Second set. 0-0 on the first set. 6 games to 1.
Here's the moment. Look at them. It's great. The pressure they're putting on. Kira Medeiros, and it's like they're up. They're bouncing. They're ready. They love this part.
Sabor and Hannes have played these matches so many times over the last couple of years, and I think they don't really mind. I mean, they better be up, but
No, they're great. And there's Kiro. They've reacted every time pretty well to anything that's happened in adversity, and it hasn't been that much of it today. Kiro Medeiros have played a really good match. And anytime that's been a chance for them to respond, they have. So here's the moment for them. Oh, surprised her. Completely surprised her with that half-pace rolly drive. She caught her on the service line. Hands are almost behind her like she was getting a lob. Great shot from Medeiros.
it's a great pickup by Hannes.
Yeah, tough drive there. That hard serve into the Medeiros backhand. It's coming back at you hard. That's a perfect move. Can't come up with that one. 15 all.
Smart play, recognizing that Kira was transitioning backwards to bring her right back up.
That's right. That's great volley. See her take straight aim at that Nick. Seamer.
Great pickup.
Oh, I thought she was driving it. She went to the drive grip. Good fake.
There she goes.
That's a great close and recognition from Hanish. Good wheels there from Kiro, and it makes a difference. And she had the cutoff volley. She went back at Kiro, which is the right play, but instead of hitting it down at her, she's got to hit it through her, behind her. That was the only mistake she made there. Made it easier on Kiro as she transitioned back. All right, 15-30. 2 points from the match to having 2 match points last game, Kiro Medeiros. That's a good track down. Well done. She's come up with a couple of huge runs for those hard overheads, Kiro.
40.
She started very early on that one.
All right, 2 more match points for Kiro Medeiros. Ooh, heavy dipper. Oh, and there it is. Game, set, and match for Kiro and Medeiros. Wow. 6-1, 6-4, and there will be a new ladies national champion this season, because there goes our defending champions, and they battled really hard down the end, Mirta.
They did. They just got a little bit behind, and it's hard to play from behind. It's always easier to play when you're up.
Yeah, all credit to Kiro Medeiros, who just have found an answer. They are just tough athletically. They were volleying back ball after ball of Zabori strikes, and ultimately, and they never cracked. There was never that moment. Like, they lost that game having 2 match points, but they come right back, play another great game, and kudos to them. They're in the finals, so congratulations to them. And one of our men's quarterfinalists out there on our live stream, Sven Bursch, out there congratulating our winners. And we'll be back, after a few messages for 4:30 for the men's quarterfinal round action. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be back for that right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by eNet Live. Mirta, that was a pleasure.
Thank you, Brad.
Amazing match point. What athleticism.
And there you have it, your APTA National Champions.
Best match of the year.
Brilliant shot.
Incredible stuff. And it's sitting up, and he's right there.
High performance, never tasted this good. Chocolate, berries, cinnamon, agave. Fuel your car, then fuel your body.